Paulo Dybala is a fantastic attacking footballer of his generation. The Argentine diamond, who gradually went away at Juventus in recent years and now has moved to Roma, appears to have found a position where he will shine brightly. We'll explain why Dybala is developing into one of Europe's most outstanding attacking players in the capital of Italy, and what Jose Mourinho has to do with it right now. So click the like button and let's get this party started. Royal greetings. Overall, Dybala's move to Roma came as a surprise to many people last summer. Paulo's contract with Juventus expired, and the parties were unable to agree on contract extensions. So, the Argentine became a free agent. A long line of prominent European clubs was expected to emerge for La Jolla. Obtaining such a player for free is a luxury, don't you think? However, Paulo ended up at Roma, a team that was not particularly star-studded, even by Italian standards, and placed 6th last season. That is, the team could not give the player a place in the Champions League. So, what makes Roma tick? There are a number of reasons behind this. The first is that Jose Mourinho, the Portuguese name, continues to attract top players and knows how to persuade them. Despite the fact that Jose has not been trending for the previous 10 years, he continues to win trophies, even if they're only in the Conference League. Mourinho called me and I made a decision in a matter of minutes. I'm joining a team that is on the rise. The club is creating a solid foundation for the future, and it's an honor to work with Jose Mourinho, Dybala said of his decision. He went on to say that the Mourinho-Dybala combination appears to be a fantastic fit, at least thus far. Just look at their conversation during one of the games, and the Italian media, who went berserk following the transfer news, seemed to have known from the outset that Paulo was drawn to both the Roma idea in general and how much they wanted to see him in Rome. The days leading up to the contract signing were highly emotional for me. Everything was decided by this witness and Roma's determination to invite me, Dybala explained. The fans are another reason why the Argentine will not be sorry for this decision. The defense gave him a royal welcome. Approximately 10,000 fans came to greet a new member of the family. Do you really require any more encouragement after that? Alright, I'm honored to be here with you today, and I appreciate your support. Rome is my fate. I've wanted to visit the city since I was a child, and now I'm here. Paulo's defensive coordinator. Another culture shock occurred during Roma's home match against Shakhtar prior to the start of the season, when he was tapped under the study of Olympic gold for the first time. Roma supporters are similar to the Argentine fans' devotion to the game is admirable, and I consider Roma fans to be more important than family. They live for football just like us. If you can understand the devotion, it's been a long time since a ready-made superstar in his prime joined Verity. They literally went crazy when the transfer was officially announced. On the first day, fans broke this year's record by buying 530,000 shirts with Dybala's name, and number 21 on the back. Before that, the record belonged to Cristiano Ronaldo. Back then, Juve fans bought 500,000 shirts. That's how Roma's transfer paid off on the first day. One t-shirt costs €130, when the club receiving 40% of the proceeds. It's not impossible to figure that the club received roughly €27 million under the provisions of the contract with New Balance. Millions of euros are at stake, and this is based solely on the first day's outcomes. Roma's season's fee is €4.5 million. This deal appears to be nearly perfect, but we have yet to discuss the game advantages supplied by Roma to the Argentine magician. On the ball pitch, Dybala is a talented player. He has leadership qualities despite his age, and he has them winning trophies with Juventus, which is exactly what we need. Tammy Abraham, Roma's key striker, described himself as unlimited, and he's right. After only a few months, the Argentinian has already broken one Roma record. With his goal against the Finn, he became the club's fastest player to score in the Europa League. It only took him 69 seconds to come on at this height. But what's more significant is that Paulo now has a playing rhythm, which helps him to play a tremendous game. He played in 11 of Roma's first 7 games this season, and it's difficult to recall when Dybala last started numerous games in a row. Fabiana de la Velle tweeted effectively. Fabiana exaggerated, but the last time Power was played from the start of 7 consecutive matches was almost 3 years ago, in January and February 2020. Following that, injuries and a lack of competitiveness prevented him from returning to the game, which was a significant difficulty for the football player. It hasn't been easy at Juventus in recent years. I guess the adjustments helped me, Paulo explains. Dybala is having a breakout season at Roma, with 5 goals and 2 assists in his last 7 games. Furthermore, he demonstrates himself in major games. He already contributed an assist against his former team Juventus and scored against Inter. According to WhoScored 7.57, the Argentine has the highest rating among all Serie A players this season at the end of the first month. He is now runner-up, trailing only Milinkovic of Lazio. News about Savage Joes and Mauri in a 34-21 formation. Fowler must frequently place one of the two 10s alongside Lorenzo Pellegrini. Schematically, he's located in the right half space, but a special one doesn't limit his movement on the bench. Dybala constantly switches wings with Pellegrini, drops back into the defensive midfield area to receive the balls, cuts inside the center for interplays, and looks for his shot on target. Dybala has only played in different positions once this season, against Inter. He entered the game on the verge of an attack, and the experiment paid off for the powerless court. So adaptability is another quality of the Argentinian magician. Dybala has long been known for his high game intelligence. For example, in a series of matches, he exhibited a wonderful rapport with Abraham and Zayola. On day 1 of this episode of a match against the Lernitana, the players' movement and interaction make it appear as though they had been playing together for a long time, despite the fact that it was Paulo's first official match as a member of the new squad. Dybala has a wonderful feel of the episode, and partners make a run to quickly collect a pass from Abraham, which is Paulo knowing how to develop the episode, and where he has to be even when the ball is still in Zaniola's hands due to smart and timely moves Dybala drives opposing defenders. Crazy! He knows how to move not only to receive a pass, but also to competently free up zone in a penalty area for a partner. Dybala's transfer to Roma is particularly intriguing for football romance fans. Paulo reconnected with Andrea Balotelli, with whom he previously played at Palermo while with Roma. Paulo has reclaimed his place in Argentina's national squad, which was previously precarious, and will now virtually certainly compete in the World Cup. L'Albion has a following, rejoiced that they have finally found a reliable backup for Leo Messi. Dybala is 28 years old already. You must carefully await each future step in his career and select the appropriate project in 2020. Roma was handed over to American billionaire Dan Fredkin, who vowed to take the team to the pinnacle of world football. It all started with an invitation from the respectable Jose Mourinho, who, as previously stated, was able to persuade Dybala of the magnitude of the project and convince him to sign a 3-year contract. Paulo even negotiated a wage cut from 7.3 million euros per year in Rome to 4.5 million, which can be increased to 6 through bonuses. However, if the initiative fails to meet expectations and Roma fails to qualify for the Champions League at the end of the season, Paulo will be allowed to quit the club. There's a clause in his contract that allows him to do so. Furthermore, the buyout charge varies each club, although Roma can waive the clause. If they increase Paulo's compensation, Dybala will face a severe battle and strong motive to return Roma and himself to the Champions League. The club is now 1 point off a place in the Champions League, but has every potential of making it and even competing for the league title. In Serie A tremendously intriguing season awaits, and Paulo Dybala promises to be one of its core figures, and it's well worth watching. That concludes this episode. Subscribe to our channel to avoid missing on such new content. I'll see you shortly.